My eyes feel heavy. I feel so sad today. Sometimes it is so hard to understand. Things are happening, and they make me feel heavy. I'll close my eyes now.
Before the room melted away, I was staring at the ceiling. It felt like a dark storm cloud hid right behind my nose. It hurts deep in my throat like a swallowed question I cannot answer.
Why do we hold rain inside?
The air in the open field feels like it knows my question.
It is cool and softly heavy, like a scarf of silver threads.
The ground is squishy, not mud, but a warm, thick sponge cake. Every step breathes a quiet sigh against my soles.
We hold it in because we forget water is meant to flow. Plaster and paint are just polite agreements we are leaving behind.
You are right to feel that weight. We came to this valley today to understand why we cry and to see what happens when the heavy water falls.
Notice the scent in the air.
It smells like the sea mixed with fresh rain on hot stones, the scent of release.
We are where heavy things rest before changing shape. What is gathering near those white rocks?
I see it, a massive puddle, but the water is strange. It is thick like liquid stone and completely gray. It sits totally still like frozen water without the cold. It feels incredibly heavy just looking at it. It makes my chest feel tight, exactly like the feeling in my throat before we arrived. My shoulders slouch under its invisible weight. Should we walk back to the bright grass where it is easier to breathe?
Stay where you are. Feel that tightness and do not fight it. Remember our unbreakable rule. We do not walk away from heavy things. That shape is not a danger.
It is simply a drop of water that forgot how to flow. An old sadness that got tired and sat in the path, waiting to be seen.
Go closer. Take a slow, gentle step. Look right into the thick gray center and give it your quiet attention.
Okay, taking a step. The grass is very quiet. I am right at the edge now. The gray water vibrates a little, like a giant drum, tapped softly.
It looks lonely, like it forgot how to move. I will not look away. Who are you? Why are you so heavy? You do not have to stay frozen like this.
Watch the surface carefully. Patience is the key that turns the heaviest lock. When you look at the dark with a gentle, forgiving gaze, it remembers its true nature. Tension cannot survive pure attention.
Keep breathing slowly. Do not blink. What is happening to the heavy water?
The gray is swirling. It is moving in a slow circle, getting faster. It is turning clear from the edges inward. Look at the center. The heavy water is evaporating. But instead of steam, it is turning into glowing jellyfish. They float out of the puddle into the cool air. They pulse with a soft pink light. They look like floating silk umbrellas, swimming upward.
The gray weight is completely gone.
You just released an old sorrow.
Tears are exactly like this. Crying is not a weakness. It is just the body exhaling a storm it could no longer carry. When heavy water leaves the body, it takes the gray weight with it, turning into light and motion. That is why we cry. Watch them float.
Listen to the sound they make as they pulse higher into the silver mist.
The smell changed entirely. The salty smell is gone. It smells like fresh peppermint and sweet honey now. My chest feels light again.
But look up. The jellyfish are floating toward that mountain in the distance. It looks like smooth, deep blue glass.
They return to the source of the valley, and we must follow.
Look closely at the slope of the blue glass mountain.
We need to reach the top where the jellyfish are gathering.
How does the surface look to you?
It is completely smooth, so polished. I can clearly see the pink jellyfish reflecting on it.
There are no bumps or rocks to hold on to. If I step on it, I will slide right back down to the grass. It is beautiful, but impossible to walk on. How do we get up there?
We cannot just float yet, can we?
Not yet. Pure floating comes later.
In the open field, before we remember how to use pure intent to bend space, we enjoy the sheer joy of using our minds to create.
We use the heavy tools of our imagination.
Close your eyes. The workshop is open.
What kind of tool do we need to climb a slippery mountain of blue glass?
Feel the quiet power resting behind your forehead.
This is where heavy tools are born. You are looking at a mountain of polished blue glass. It is flawless, slippery like ice, but warm. Remember, gravity is only an old habit from the waking world, a polite agreement we do not have to honor here. But your hands and feet still crave the feeling of work. They want to hold solid things.
Tell me, what are you crafting in the dark of your closed eyes? What will grip the glass? It is dark, but a creative dark. I am thinking about my feet first. I need boots, but not heavy leather ones with metal spikes.
Spikes would shatter the beautiful blue glass instead. I am imagining boots woven entirely from thick green twilight moss. The soles are thick and squishy. Like the pads of a gentle tree frog, they feel damp and cool, and for my hands, I am crafting 2 climbing axes, but the ends are not sharp. They end in wide, glowing amber suction cups. The handles are made of smooth cedar wood. I can smell the campfire mixed with sweet pine sap. They are very heavy, but perfectly balanced.
A brilliant design. The moss will not scratch the surface, and the amber will hold you safe.
Open your eyes. Look down at your feet. The moss boots are already there, wrapped snugly around your ankles.
Look at your hands.
The cedar wood is resting in your palms. Do you feel the satisfying weight of the tools? That weight is your determination, turned into something you can hold now. Walk to the base of the blue glass mountain. Place your hands and feet on the polished surface.
How does the first step sound? Listen to the conversation between your tools and the glass.
I am walking to the edge. I lift my right hand. I press the glowing amber suction cup against the blue mountain.
Oh, that is a satisfying sound.
It sounds like a giant, deep heartbeat. I pull back, but it holds me tight.
Now I am lifting my right foot.
I press the mossy sole against the mountain. I am climbing.
I'm going straight up a vertical wall of glass. My arms are pulling my weight, and my legs are pushing.
It takes effort, but it is the good kind of tired.
Do you see how fast I am going?
I see you perfectly. You are moving with the steady rhythm of a clock that measures joy instead of time. Every movement is a deliberate choice. You are solving the problem of the mountain not by fighting it, but by connecting to it. Feel the muscles in your shoulders working. In the waking world, effort often feels like a draining of your energy. But here, in the open field, effort is simply the joy of proving to yourself that you are capable.
You are filling yourself up with strength every time you pull higher. Look to your side. Who is traveling with you?
I'm looking. The pink glowing jellyfish. The ones that used to be the heavy gray puddle.
They're floating right alongside me.
They do not need amber axes or mossy boots.
They're just drifting upward, pulsing like slow, pink hearts. They're so effortless.
My arms are starting to feel a little bit heavier now. The cedar wood handles are getting warm.
I'm looking down.
The ground where we started is so far away now.
It looks like a tiny green carpet, and the air is getting thinner, but not hard to breathe.
It just feels sharper.
Are we almost to the top?
We are reaching a wide ridge.
A shelf carved perfectly into the side of the glass mountain.
Pull yourself up over the edge.
Let the amber suction cups detach with a final pop.
Step onto the flat surface.
This is a place to rest.
You used the heavy tools of your mind perfectly. You engaged your muscles, solved the puzzle of the slippery glass, and lifted yourself out of the valley. But notice your hands. Notice your feet.
Now that you are resting on this high ridge, how do the cedar axes and the moss boots feel?
I'm pulling myself over the edge.
The axes are free. I'm standing on the flat blue glass ledge.
It is so quiet up here.
But you are right.
My hands feel tired.
The cedar handles suddenly feel incredibly heavy, like they're made of solid iron instead of wood.
My arms are dropping to my sides.
And my moss boots,
They stick too much to the floor now. It is hard to lift my feet to walk even one step. The tools were perfect for climbing.
but now they feel like they are trapping me. Why did they change?
They did not change.
You changed.
You've climbed higher, into a thinner, more refined air.
The tools serve their purpose, but they belong to the gravity of the valley.
The time for the carpenter is over.
The time for the alchemist is beginning. Are you ready? My arms are so deeply tired. The cedar wood axes are pulling my shoulders down toward the polished glass floor.
The glowing amber suction cups have lost their warm light, and they just look like dull, heavy stones now.
Even my green moss boots feel like thick, wet mud clinging stubbornly to my ankles, making every small movement feel like an enormous task. I do not want to hold them anymore.
They helped me climb the steep blue mountain when I needed to feel strong.
But now they just make me want to lie down on this cold ledge and not move a single muscle.
Do you see how effortlessly the pink jellyfish are floating above us?
They do not carry anything at all.
They're just pure light and gentle motion, drifting upward without a care in the world.
I want to feel exactly like them. I want to be entirely empty of weight. Can I let go of these heavy tools now?
Will I slide backward down the mountain if I put them down?
You will not slide backward, I promise you. You are on a higher plateau now, where the air is thinner, and the rules of the lower valley no longer apply to you.
Let them go. Open your hands and release the grip. The time of the carpenter is officially over. A carpenter builds bridges, crafts heavy tools, and uses muscles to fight the physical world. The carpenter overcomes gravity with effort, sweat, and determination. But we are leaving the physical world behind us now. We are becoming alchemists.
An alchemist does not fight gravity, because an alchemist knows a secret.
Gravity is just a polite agreement we made a long, long time ago. An agreement to stay grounded. Gravity only exists because you believe you are heavy. But here, you can politely decline that agreement.
Drop the cedar axes. Unlace the heavy moss boots. Watch very closely what happens when you decide you no longer need the heavy things you created with your mind.
Okay, I am slowly opening my fingers. The heavy cedar axes hit the polished blue glass floor.
But wait, they're not staying solid.
The moment they touched the floor, the wood began to crackle and dissolve into thousands of tiny sparks of golden dust.
The dust is swirling around for a second, and then vanishing completely.
And the amber suction cups are melting into little pools of sweet-smelling honey that are evaporating right before my eyes.
Now I'm shaking my feet to loosen the moss boots. They are falling off and turning into a soft green mist that just blows away in the gentle breeze.
My hands are completely empty.
My feet are bare. I feel incredibly light, like I just took off a thick, heavy winter coat in the middle of a warm summer day.
I can wiggle my toes on the warm blue glass. But look up. The top of the mountain is still so far away, hovering inside a giant golden cloud.
If I do not have tools to climb the rest of the way, how do I reach it?
You do not reach it by climbing, pulling, or pushing.
You reach it by simply realizing you are already allowed to be there.
This is the true alchemy of pure intent.
You see, physical tools require your muscles and your energy, but pure intent only requires your quiet certainty.
Close your eyes one more time. Do not imagine a machine or a ladder. Do not even imagine wings, because wings still have to fight the wind to stay up in the sky.
Instead, imagine that your bones are no longer made of heavy, solid white stone.
Imagine they are made of hollow, delicate glass filled with nothing but warm, rising air.
You're not pushing yourself up away from the mountain.
You're simply allowing the sky to pull you toward it.
Decide that you belong up there.
Inside that golden cloud with the floating pink jellyfish.
Just decide it, with absolute certainty. Whisper it to the air.
I am rising.
I am deciding right now. I am rising.
I am imagining the hollow glass bones filling up with warm, golden air.
It is a very strange and wonderful feeling.
My stomach feels a little bit like it is gently tickling itself. Like when you go over a small hill in a car.
Oh, my toes are no longer touching the blue glass ledge.
I am lifting off.
It is completely and perfectly silent.
There's no effort at all in my arms or legs.
I am just floating.
I'm gliding up through the cool air right next to the glowing pink jellyfish. We are silent, slow parade of light moving toward the absolute peak.
The air up here is so warm and thick, like a soft blanket wrapping around my shoulders.
It smells like vanilla bean and very old, comforting paper, like the pages of a favorite storybook.
I'm not swimming, and I'm not flying.
I'm just allowing myself to be effortlessly lifted by the sky.
It is so unbelievably peaceful.
You have mastered.
The beautiful alchemy of the open field.
Your tears were once heavy.
But now you let them show the way.
And here everything is very clear.
Now, all the physical effort is just a distant, fading memory. Now, look straight ahead. We are finally approaching the very peak of the blue glass mountain, where the giant golden cloud is waiting. That cloud is the final threshold, the doorway to the deepest rest. It is not just vapor.
It is a giant cradle woven from pure silence and soft amber light.
The golden cloud is right in front of me now. It is so huge, I am floating right at the edge of it, Should I go inside? It looks so deeply thick and quiet. Go inside. The edges are softer than anything you have ever touched. Just let the warmth pull you completely in.
I am crossing over.
Oh, the air inside is completely different. It feels like swimming through warm, liquid sunlight. I cannot even see the blue glass mountain below me anymore. Everything is just this soft, glowing amber color.
You are entirely safe here. Nothing heavy from the lower valley can enter this space.
Do you see the pink jellyfish anymore? I do not see them. Wait. The golden air is shimmering. The jellyfish didn't disappear. They dissolved into the cloud. They became part of the warm light wrapping around me. The sorrow is completely gone. It is just peace now.
Exactly. The tears have returned to the vast ocean of light. And look ahead, right in the center of the cloud.
Do you see the shape forming in the thickest part of the amber mist? I see it. It looks like a giant woven basket. No, a cradle. It is suspended right in the middle of the empty air, floating completely still. It is woven from vines made of pure, soft starlight.
That is the golden cradle. It has been waiting for you since the moment your eyes first felt heavy in the waking world.
Move closer to it. Look inside.
I am drifting over the edge.
It is lined with something so thick and plush. It looks like velvet, but it glows with a very deep, slow. It is humming. Do you hear that deep humming sound?
I hear it. It is the heartbeat of the open field. And now, it is perfectly syncing with your own heartbeat, slowing it down.
Relaxing every fiber, step down into the cradle. Let it hold your entire weight.
I am stepping in. I am lying back.
Oh, it is sinking down, perfectly molding to the shape of my back and my shoulders. It holds me so completely. I feel like a puzzle piece clicking exactly into its proper place. The light above me is getting dimmer now.
The cloud is dimming its light, so you can finally find your own dark, soft, absolute quiet.
Feel the vibration of the starlight vines against your spine. Your toes are going to sleep. Let them go.
My toes are asleep.
They're just warm air now. And my fingers are asleep too. They feel so incredibly heavy, but in the best possible way, like stones sinking into warm sand. My thoughts are slowing down so much, falling away piece by piece.
Let every single thought drip away into the golden dark.
You do not need to hold on to any of them.
The water has flowed, the mountain is climbed, the tools are dropped.
There is nothing left to do but rest. It is so thick and silent here. Are you still with me? The mist is getting darker. I cannot see past the edge of the cradle. Are you there?
I am right here.
I am always listening. You didn't climb the slippery blue mountain. You didn't craft the heavy moss boots or the cedar wood axes with me. But you are here in the golden cloud. How did you get inside the cradle so quickly?
I did not need to climb the mountain, because I never actually left the golden cloud. I was the voice calling you home from the very peak. And you are the part of me that loves to go down into the valley and explore the heavy things.
So, we are exactly the same person, aren't we? Just two voices talking in the dark.
We are the same beautiful story, told in two different voices. the curious wanderer, and the resting sage.
The one who cries, and the one who understands why the tears must fall. And tonight, right now, we are both back in the exact same heart. That makes me feel so incredibly happy. I am not lonely in this big cloud. I am just completely whole. The journey is a circle, and it is closed now. Now I know how precious my tears are. I see now, they are sacred.
Each drop that once fell from me was never a loss,
but a quiet return. What flowed from my eyes was a river, remembering its source, carrying me softly, insistently back to the well of the infinite.
Now I know.
Grief was not fire meant to consume me, but a hidden spring beneath the heat, waiting to cool my soul, to wash me into becoming. Good night. The talking is over. Sleep deeply now. Good night.